Namaste, Hamisha Khush Raho Bitiya. My name is Manisha Singh. Today I am teaching you HACCP. Then what is HACCP? HACCP stands for Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point. HACCP is an internationally recognized system for reducing the risk of food safety hazards in food. A HACCP system requires the potential hazards are identified and controlled at a specific points in the process. This includes the biological, chemical, and physical hazards. Any company involved in this manufacturing, processing, and handling of food products can use HACCP to minimize or eliminate food safety hazards in their product. Then, what is the use of HACCP? That is, it creates awareness of foodborne illness is increasing, and concern throughout the industry is driving the use of HACCP and HACCP based certification programs. Then HACCP has 7 principles. These are the first one is conduct a hazard analysis. This is where you evaluate your processes and identify your where hazards can be introduced. Hazards can be physical, that is metal contamination, hair, nails, etc. Chemical, that is it can be a cleaning product, contaminate the product, and are there toxins that could contaminate the product, or biological hazards, at what points could bacteria or virus contaminate your product. You will need to make sure that you have the expertise to make an accurate evaluation of the hazards. This means that if you do not have sufficient expertise in your organization, you will need to identify external resources that you can use to perform the hazard analysis. The hazard identification is done in 2 steps. First, the identification of hazards, then an evaluation of the hazard. The hazard evaluation is the determination of the degree of risk to the user for the identified hazard. Once the hazard is identified and evaluated, the team must identify critical control points. These are the points where the hazard must be controlled or it will present a risk to the end user. Next principle is identify the critical control points. At what steps is your process can controls be applied to prevent or eliminate the hazards that can be identified. These are your critical control points. For each critical control point, you will identify the preventive measure and how will you prevent the hazard, that is use of the specific temperature, pH, time, procedures, etc. Then establish a maximum or minimum limit for temperature, time, pH, salt level, chlorine level, or other processing characteristics that will control the hazard. This is critical limit for the CCP, and if this limit is ever exceeded, corrective action must be taken and all affected product controlled. Next principle is establish critical limits. Your next step is to establish criteria for each critical control point and what criteria must be met to control the hazard at that point. Is it a minimum temperature? Are there regulatory limits that are you must meet for this control point? Next is establish monitoring procedures. What will you measure and how will you measure it? You need to monitor the process, the critical control point, and keep records to show that the critical limits have been met. Can you do continuous monitoring of the control point? If not, how often will the measurements need to be performed to show that the process is under control? The monitoring that take place at the critical control points is essential to the effectiveness of the HACCP program. The monitoring program will be made up of physical measurement or observations that can be done in a timely manner to provide the information in a time frame that allows you to take action and control product if an out of the control situation occurs. Next principle is the establish corrective actions. You will establish what actions needs to be taken if a critical limit is not met. This will be identified ahead of time for each CCP. The action must make sure that no unsafe product is released, and there must also be an evaluation of the process to determine the cause of the problem and an elimination of the cause. The action or actions taken have two purposes: to control any non-conforming product resulting from the loss of control and to identify the cause, eliminate it, and prevent the situation from reoccurring. By identifying the corrective action before an out of control situation occurs, you are prepared to take action quickly if and when it does occur. Next is establish record keeping procedures. You will determine what records are needed to show that the critical limits have been met and the system is in control. Address regulatory requirements and include records from the development of the system and the operation of the system. Next is establish verification procedures. The HACCP plan must be validated. Once the plan is in place, make sure it is effective in preventing the hazards identified. Test the end product, verify the controls are working as planned, perform ongoing verification of the system, are measuring and monitoring equipment is controlled, and what are the corrective actions showing. Are records being maintained as required? The benefits of HACCP is the primary purpose of HACCP system is to protect people from foodborne illnesses, and but the benefits of the system also extend to the company that increase the confidence in your products, ability to reach markets and customers that require a HACCP based system, reduced liability, effective process management, and improved quality and consistency. Hope you are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, please mention it in a comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this video.